All right, it's been 2 months since New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell created the Crime Reduction Task Force to address the violent crime surge across the city. The big question for many of you out there is, are we seeing any progress? Here to talk to us more about that is the man over the task force and the head of the Orleans Parish Communications District, Mr. Tyrell Morris. Mr. Morris, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get right to it. It's been, past 60 days now since Mayor Cantrell announced this task force. Have y'all been seeing so far in progress trying to combat against crime?
Well, it's important to talk about, the data, and I think the mayor took executive action to have an immediate impact on the ground. And based upon the reports the mayor just released about an hour ago at her press conference, the New Orleans Police Department is reporting a 19% reduction in persons crime. That's all the violent crimes in the city of New Orleans. And so we do believe that we are making an impact. The goal of the task force is not to be the police. We're there to pave the way, clear barriers for the New Orleans Police Department to do the brave work they do on the ground each and every day.
You're talking about clearing some issues, and you're literally clearing them in some ways by getting rid of some blighted property you believe are a main target or areas where folks are doing crime at, correct? Talk about that for us.
Absolutely. So I think the city of New Orleans as a whole, I think all levels of government can agree that blight is a problem in our city. We have some property owners that have let their properties go. And we know that based upon data that blighted property contributes to violent crime in our communities. And so the task force has used the data to really pinpoint those locations that are having an impact. At 8020 Olive Street today at 2 o'clock, the mayor, myself, and the rest of the city leadership will demolish a car wash that was used in the commission of a homicide in January. And we looked at the data, that was a clear indication there was a harborer of criminal activity. So let's remove it out of the equation. Hopefully that community can see a reduction. We have our eyes on some other properties throughout the city. There's one in New Orleans East that has called for public safety responses over 110 times since January 1. So now we're focused on that.
Now, I got to stop you right there. That's major, because a lot of folks across the city, they do call into the 911 center, other places to say, hey, this blighted property is a problem. Take it down, get rid of it, demolish it. And if there's been problems in the past of trying to get that done, and now it seems that y'all have taken a big step to make this happen. So are we going to see a lot of blighted properties down the road being taken down at some point?
I think it's important to recognize that to demolish a property that is owned by a private citizen is a big task. It is difficult. The law protects property owners in this state. And so for the city to have such an aggressive action, we've got to really make sure the case is jam-packed and solid. So that's why the task force, all the department has coming together, bringing our data together, our research, see what we're seeing on the ground to really make the case, and why we've been successful thus far. Daryl, the other piece of it is that at the beginning of the year, I think the mayor's been very transparent about equipment issues in the city of New Orleans. We've reported over and over again that tow trucks is the issue, right? So we've ordered more. But when the task force was created, not a single junk or abandoned vehicle had been removed off our streets that year. To date, 210 of those vehicles, based upon the task force work, have been removed from the streets of New Orleans.
So you said you're ordering more tow trucks. How many more are we talking here? 15, 20, 25, 5, 10? How many are we talking here?
I know the number close to a dozen that the city has ordered for equipment, but you can't order a car today without waiting 9 months. No one in the city of New Orleans is going to build a tow truck. There's supply issues. So the task force came together. We pooled our resources. We used private tow companies that we had other relationships with and said, hey, let's all together right now blitz this neighborhood. And we've had this result in 60 days.
City Councilwoman Helena Moreno sent you all a letter a couple days ago saying that she wants to see exactly what's going on past the 60-day mark of what's going on with the crime task force. Are you all working closely with the City Council to partner up and kind of talk about what y'all are doing and other good things to hopefully do moving forward? Absolutely.
So I've responded to the council members' request for information. Yeah, and what I've said is that I will provide a public report to the Criminal Justice Committee. I think it's the most appropriate in a public hearing on April 5th. And in that, I'll outline all the work the task force is doing, also how the City Council can aid us in our efforts going forward. We have found some loopholes in the law that we need some help closing those gaps to make the work of combating violent crime much more efficient. And I look forward to the healthy dialogue with the council going forward.
Tyrell Morris, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I had a lot more other things to talk to you about as well when it comes to the Crime Reduction Task Force, but you answered a lot of the great things right there. Folks want to know what y'all are doing, all in hopes of keeping folks safe here in New Orleans, Louisiana.
I'll come back anytime you call.
As always, sir, appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Lee.